Hey, so today we are going to be talking about if tight city circuits should make a comeback in Gran Turismo 7. Now, Gran Turismo 7 is going to be a fantastic game, and the only real tight city circuit that we have in Gran Turismo Sport is the Tokyo Expressway. And today we're going to be talking about, obviously, if Tokyo is going to be in the game, which we already know it's probably going to be in there, 99.999% sure that it is. But what about the others? Well, I personally think that at least a few of those circuits are going to be there. At least one of those original city circuits are going to be there, in my opinion. And we've also seen a little bit of a, I guess you could say, sneak peek of which tracks are there, and it pretty well lines up, pretty well all set, that there will be some tight city circuits. So to race in a tight city circuit, it's almost like bumper cars, especially when you're online. Now, this is not an online race that I'm racing in today. This race here is just between me and some crappy, horrible simulated race cars. Hopefully they can get that fixed in GT7. But what we have is, the nice thing with these tight city circuits is, generally speaking, if you hit the side wall, you're not going to be losing out on much time. So that is kind of a bonus with these races. You're not going to spin out and lose off or move off and die forever. But the nice thing as well with it is, well, you get to see some nice scenery. That's what I really like about these tracks. I really hate Tokyo Expressway. That's just my own opinion. I know a lot of people really like it. I personally really hate it because there's not much scenery. You're stuck in a lot of different tunnels and big buildings and whatever else, right? But personally, I like to see the scenery in some of these beach circuits and stuff, especially with all of this new technology versus what we used to have, where we're really going to be getting a lot of weather. We're going to be getting realistic lighting conditions. It's going to look beautiful. Now, some of the things that you really need to watch out for when it comes to city circuits is the fact that you are most likely going to be revving your engine usually near the top of the RPM, generally the whole race. There's usually a lot of turns, and unlike a racetrack where you sometimes get down to 4-ish thousand RPM, you're usually revving near the top, especially around corners. You're really trying to really buzz the inside. And what does this mean? Well, for one, this means that usually, at least with the old Gran Turismo, there was the oil change, and that looks like it's going to be coming back, which is really fantastic. So most likely after a city race, you're going to be most likely needing to get an oil change when it comes to these cars. But the other thing is maybe there might be just a bit of realistic damage when it comes to a racetrack and you go over sand. Your tires are going to be, and your suspension might be messed up for a bit while after. And now also maybe when you hit the side, at least some of the stories that I have been hearing is that there may be some realistic damage, not physical that you can see, but when you rear end somebody, your front spoiler loses some ability for downforce, and of course their rear end loses some ability for downforce as well. That's what I've been hearing. So if that's the case, and they do the car wash idea like they used to have in Gran Turismo, the older style, then that car wash might just fix that issue, and you're going to be probably stuck needing to do that quite often when it comes to city circuits. Now, I would really like to see hear your thoughts on city circuits. Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Also, what are some of your favorite city circuits in the past Gran Turismo races? Or I should say games. My personal favorite is not a city track. I'm not really a massive fan of city tracks. I just really like the ones that are down on the beaches, maybe some more tropical ones. I think there was one that there used to be in Gran Turismo 3 where you would be going along the beach. I think it was around, maybe, I know this is a made up track, I think it was like Greece or Italy or somewhere around there. It was kind of cool. I used to really like that track just for the scenery. I know you're supposed to be watching the cars, but you gotta look at the scenery once in a while, alright? Come on. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.